shadow. We're going to see, what is your dark lesson? What dark devil energy have you been dealing with? What's trying to get you? What's attacking you? What is the purpose of this lesson? And how can you overcome it? Get your answers right now. Watch. Bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. Wow, the King of the Shadow. The deep, the dark, the emotion, the feeling that you feel when you close your eyes, the subconscious. Your dreams are talking to you. They're revealing things to you. The shark is going to be an omen. The shark is going to be a spirit animal during the shadow. And the shark is the wolf, the hunter of the sea, the predator, the most feared. So he's teaching you a lesson. The shark is coming to you. Who here is afraid of sharks? Because I am terrified. I am extremely terrified of sharks. I just think they're lurking everywhere in the ocean. I would never go scuba diving in the deep where I can't see beneath my feet. There's just no way. And it's funny that that's the lesson. Some of you guys may have a fear of water or a fear of sharks or a fear of just the dark and not knowing what's there. Obviously, the lesson is to overcome that, overcome your fear. But that's also just extremely difficult. I feel as your reader that part of this dark lesson is to know how to deal with your attacker, your enemy, because they're after you. They're hunting you. They want what you have. They're seeking your money. They're seeking your family. They're seeking your life. They're seeking the light inside of you. This enemy, this darkness, this hungry shark. And in the depths of this lesson, you're going to discover things about yourself you didn't think were there. Your protective nature is going to come out. Your fight or flight nature is going to come out. And you're going to learn things about yourself when you're being attacked. That's what I feel. Dark lesson. Show me the dark lesson. Show me the dark lesson. TikTok, the clock. A lot of you guys fear aging, and you fear death. A lot of you just fear running out of time to complete the things that you really wanted to do. You're playing it good, right? You're playing it by the book. You spent your whole life playing it safe, playing it by the book. Get in line. Get in line with the rest of us, right? Get in line for this, get in line for that, wait your turn. Don't go after what it is you really want, just wait. The shark is like, I wait for no one. I am the hunter. I go and get it. if I want it. Wow, this lesson is getting crazy deep, and we just started. This is insane. We have the King of Wands, the King of Wants and Desires. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse, which is a lack of happiness, a lack of satisfaction, a lack of friends, feeling alone, and feeling like you never have completion. Followed by the Five of Wands. It's always a struggle, it's always a fight. The Star card, hope. I hope that one day this is all going to be better. I hope that one day this isn't going to be an issue. Whoops. And the Nine of Swords. The fear that comes into your mind at night, again in the dreams, the subconscious, the worries, the anxieties. There's so many things you want, but do they really make you happy? Will they really make you happy? This is the struggle. This is the fight. What do I want, and what is it I deserve? I have so much going on inside. I don't know what to do. I'm just thinking over and over and over, contemplating. You're just thinking. Pleasure, nothing comes close to how deep you please me. So you guys are seeking pleasure, you're seeking it, but you don't know how to get it. You don't know how to hunt for it. I'm not saying you don't literally know how, but you're not utilizing it. Maybe that's the real truth. What are you afraid to do to get what you want? You're afraid to be the predator. You're afraid to be the initiator, the manifester. Are you afraid of being called a witch? Are you afraid of being called a wizard or a magician or a sorcerer? Are you afraid of stepping on someone else's toes to get where you want to be? The King of Wands is not. He will do all of the above. He's fearless. He sees success before it even happens. So he's the master manipulator of the universe because he's the magician and he visualizes something before it actually happens. And that's the key to getting what you want. What is the message about playing it by the book? Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. This oracle's message is that the universe works within a structure. There are divine laws. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of assumption, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only just a few things that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with some kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in the universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that they've created, from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting instinctive understanding that harmony is important. When this card appears, you've submitted to a structure to follow these rules, even if they make no sense. Maybe you should release resistance. For universal laws, even though they correct disharmony, close doors. Open your eyes to these universal laws, why they're there, when to use them, and when maybe to bend the rules. Maybe so far in your life it's just been easier to go by the book. But time is running out, tick-tock in reverse. There's something you've got to get done, and maybe by the book isn't exactly the way. Have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking? And you've gotten a little bit nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest? There is nothing to fear. You will never run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone cannot be missed. You're in capable hands, and your angels and guides are with you, ensuring that your journey will be fixed with all sorts of good things, even in the shadow. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny your highest good, your purpose. All is yours in divine appropriate timing. You can relax. I'm kind of now getting the feeling that in your shadow, you want to be the shark. You want to pursue because you want to break rules. You want to go after something and hunt and take it and grab it. Why? Because time is running short. And you're like, I'm already fill in the blank age. When is this going to happen? And so there's this urgency. And you're just like fighting with the universe here with the 5 of Wands and the star. And you're just like, can you hurry up? Can I have what I need? I'm not happy. This is not happening right. It's not in cyclical order. I'm stressed. I'm worried here. This is a problem. Are you doing anything about it? Are you taking any action? There is some kind of like, just relax here. But your fire energy is like, no, I don't want to relax. Maybe it's time I need to do something about it. I want you to search your emotions here in this reading. Do you feel connected to waiting? Because some of you may feel that connection with this reading. And some of you may feel the opposite, where you may actually feel like you need to go get it. There is no waiting. I want to see where you guys are at. Because it's crazy, I'm kind of getting both of those messages here. And it doesn't make sense because they're contradicting each other. Doja, you're getting the message of waiting. Waiting for what? 9 of coins. Ace of swords. The shadow. The moon. And waiting for this new beginning. This is personal satisfaction. In fact, this whole reading is personal. It doesn't just affect your family or your bloodline or your work. This is personal. It affects you deeply on a karmic and emotional level. You need to be more heart-led, more open to your feelings and your intuition right now. You need to learn to weigh your pros and your cons and not to rush in. You are very patient. There's a movie with the shark. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I believe it's called The Shallow. And she goes off to this secret surfing cove that she believes her mother went to. And she goes out there by herself. She has zero fear of sharks. She waits too long. She waited way too long, and the sun was setting. And the boys that were there surfing, these two guys that were random, she didn't know them, they were like, hey, you know, we're going in. It's getting dark. We should head back. Because the sharks like to come just when it starts to set. That's like prime time. That's when the water is murky and cloudy and whatever prey is out there can't see them coming. So it's like waiting for the right time, and she waited too long. And sure enough, as she's thinking, I'm just going to do one more surf in, a huge great white takes her down. And she miraculously pops back up, is able to swim quickly to a reef. And the shark stalks her. And he's patient. And he waits. And he hasn't eaten in days. And he's just circling. Just hanging around the cove, knowing that he's fast enough that he could be way over here and still get to her in time. So he's not scared. He's just chilling in this cove. And she ends up being stuck there for freaking days. Hunted, stalked, and she's got to figure out a way to defeat this shark, this enemy, this hunter. And she ends up using her mind, her intellect, and I think that's a little bit here with the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Star, very Aquarian, which is a planner. And she ends up timing how long it takes him to get fully around his circle. She ends up counting out like 30 seconds. She doesn't account that's when he's chilling. He's just pacing. Not when he's going full-fledged attack. That's much faster. I don't know, for some reason they didn't think of that in the movie. But she's like, okay, 30 seconds, I can make that. And she wants to get from the reef to the buoy because the tide is rising and she's not going to be able to stay on the reef much longer. So she books for it, and he's chasing her. He's catching up to her, period. He's a freaking shark. And she gets to this buoy, and she finally gets to the top, and it starts falling, and then she ends up, he's like shaking it to where it's like bobbling every which way, and then she falls back into the water. Couldn't be worse, right? Couldn't be worse. Now she's in there, and she's going through this little ladder tube tunnel, and he's trying to bite that. And she realizes, I'm not going to outrun this thing. I can't hide from this thing. I have to get brave and kill this thing, or I have to seriously injure it. I have to scare it, which is completely terrifying and unimaginable. And I tell you what, that's a true horror film, because I could never imagine ever getting as much courage to attack like a freaking 14-foot great white shark. But she finds one of its own teeth that she found inserted in one of the people she found floating around earlier in the movie. And she has it in her hand, and she stabs the shark with its own tooth in its own eye. And obviously that's the best place to attack a shark, is their vision. So she's stabbing the heck out of it. It's bleeding. It realizes, I can't win this fight for whatever reason. She goes for the weak spot. I don't really remember exactly how the movie ends, to be honest. But I do know she gets free and she's able to swim back to the shore. I don't know what happened to the shark. I'll let you guys research the movie and let me know what happens at the end, because I don't know. But the whole fact of this little retelling of this movie, this story, is...
I know what happens.
What happens at the end with the shark?
She kills the shark.
She kills it?
Yeah, she killed it.
Did it die from just being stabbed in the eye, or did something else happen?
No, I think like something like metal balls and stuff crushed it and killed it.
Oh, metal bar.
So she killed the shark somehow.
Okay, somehow she ended up killing the shark. Thank you, Matthew. So the shark ended up getting killed. Somehow, through fate, forces of nature, with the waves crushing the buoy that ended up stabbing the shark with the sharp pieces of metal that were in there. As luck would have it with the star, right? If she gets the courage, King of Wands, to fight her attacker, even in her misery, she finds the courage to live, then the universe will come in and help if you're willing to fight what's attacking you. I don't know, it's kind of the message I'm getting here. She did get free. She was okay. She lived. She survived. She was scarred, but she survived. We have a lot of 9-9 here, which is endings and closures. That's very personal. Obviously, you get the gist of this meaning. Are you brave enough to attack your shark? Are you brave enough to attack your fear and your enemy?
I also know a pop too that scene.
Okay, but not right now, honey. That being said, are you a tame, docile, domesticated German Shepherd? Trained by the universe and society and laws by the book? Or are you the wolf, wild inside of you? That's the moon. Because there are two parts of you. And sometimes the shadow has to come out to defeat what is lurking in the shadows. Many of us are too scared to let that come out, too scared to fight, to hunt, to attack. Many of us accept fate, and metaphorically, we sit on that reef until the tide comes and we accept death by being attacked by the shark or drowned or bled out. And we're just like, well, this is our fate. I waited. I didn't do anything about it. I just sat there and I knew what was coming. I mean, for real, that's a lot of people. They just sit there and they just expect, hey, whatever happens, happens. How many of you love that saying, whatever happens, happens? If it's meant to be, it will be. Many people live their lives based on that. That's by the book. That being said, I think you know where this is going. How many of you guys say, forget that, I'm going to attack the shark? Forget that, I'm not going to accept my fate. I'm not going to die here. And if I do die like this, I'm going to die fighting. I'm not going to let the clock take me out. I'm not going to be miserable. I'm not going to let what's trying to hurt me get at me and win. I'm not going to let these nightmares haunt me. I'm not going to let this cruel enemy take me down and steal my happiness and steal my joy. I'm not going to let this evil win. Some of you are ready to fight because you've been waiting long enough and nothing is changing. And when the Three of Cups shows up in reverse, someone's been partying a little too hard. Someone's been a little too lazy. Someone has been spending time not looking at the issues at hand. If so, it's time to sort out the priorities. It's time to attack the issues, or you're going to be left feeling regret or loss that you didn't. There's also a third party involved, I will say this much. It's 3 people, and someone is losing sight about what's important. Someone. When the moon appears in a reading, it's always a warning. It's ominous. Not to trust appearances, not to trust all that you see and all that you hear. If something feels off, damn it, it probably is. Stop telling yourself it's just you. However, don't go looking for problems that aren't there. The illusions, the fear. It's a reminder to trust your intuition and not to take everything for face value. You may feel unclear what to do next about this situation. But there is going to be an answer that's going to be revealed. You're going to really need to trust your instincts. Also, dreams are speaking loud. There are symbolisms in every dream. Something that you see represents something. If you dream of a dog, it represents Ketu, the south node of the moon. If you dream of a cat, it's Rahu, the north side of the moon. If you dream of something at night, it's something unseen and hidden and dark and within, secrets, things not revealed to the naked eye, nothing physical. If you dream of a person that you've known, their lessons are what's needed in your situation. You need to look back at what they would do, the advice they would tell you. Your age in a dream represents something. It could represent your naivety. It could represent your wisdom. It could represent, young or old situations in your life. Perhaps there's an age when you lost someone. Something big. And that might represent a karmic return of those planetary movements, and it's a warning. There could be another loss. See, there's always messages. I once dreamt of a statue. And I told you guys this was like 9 years ago on my channel, but I dreamt of a statue that was made out of limestone, and it looked like a Greek, mythology type statue. And it was of a really old man, and he had a long beard and long hair, and he was kind of muscular and naked, and he had like that Greek sash thing around him, and he had a bunch of children in his arms. So like one here, one there, one at his feet, one around his neck. And he wasn't smiling. He looked like he was snarling at the children. It wasn't a happy statue. And I was like, this is weird. And these little children weren't cherubs. They didn't have wings. They're just children. For the life of me, I'm like, what am I dreaming? When I researched, when I Googled an image of what I saw, because it was haunting me, it was Saturn. It was literally a statue of Saturn. And back in those days, there were statues, literal statues still existing today that represented Saturn, Father Time. The children represented youth and the beginning of time, and the old man represented death. So the beginning and the end, and how Father Time devours all time, people with age. So it represented him, and it represented Saturn, which rules time and karma. So anyways, that was just part of my dream, but I wanted to give it as an example when you're dreaming something, because what these dreams are trying to reveal to you is secrets. There's something you might need to Google, research. What does this image mean in my dream if it doesn't make sense to you? Anyways, I think you should look more into your dreams. They're trying to be very revealing. And I don't mean just think of it quickly. Google stuff, colors, themes, statues, houses, locations. Google it, see what it might mean. So anyways, you're trying to find something that gives you pleasure. You're trying to find peace. You're trying to find happiness. Obviously, we all are. But there's something more monetary that you want, and that's the Nine of Pentacles. You're fighting to get something you want to hold, to have, to keep. But there's a fear about having it, or a fear about how you're going to get it. You are entering a time where there's going to be reward, gratification, personal satisfaction, where your hard work or investments are paying off, even where your good karma is paying off. And there's a sense of independence and self-sufficiency. It's also about feeling like you have to do this by yourself. There's a third party here. They're not involved, but you're doing this on your own here. The Nine of Swords is filled with self-doubt, even guilt or regret. It's sometimes possibly the most difficult card to actually receive in a tarot reading. Bless you. Everyone has suffered a stressful long night of tossing and turning. But remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. Whatever your question is today in your reading, when you draw the line of the Nine of Swords, you're worried about something. And you've been suffering and stressing. It's hard for you to express what you feel. It's even hard to cry. You feel totally alone. You feel isolated. You may be looking for some kind of emotional support with this Three of Cups. But you're feeling guilt and shame for something. And it's like it's time to refocus, Ace of Swords, on what you truly want. The moon and the star, isn't that ironic that they're both at night? Only seen in the darkness. That's the only time you're going to see them. The star always will bring a sense of hope and good fortune. It is a reminder not to give up and to follow your heart, even if you feel depleted. The star's energy will heal you and replenish you. And it's about keeping an optimistic attitude that the universe will help you escape this shark and achieve your goal. and be connected to who you truly are. You're in a seriously bad place. It's bad. But it's about to get good. You're about to come out of this. Remember, do not brush off your feelings. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. Don't trust it. If you feel you have to wait. This is about trusting your instincts. This is the only time you're going to get a chance to, because you're in the shadow, you're in the dark. It's going to have to be that moment, like when she jumps off of the reef. The moment's now. Go, and you jump. You can't hesitate. You jump. And you just have to believe that, as frightening as this is, I'm in the water, I'm swimming towards the buoy, this is frightening as heck, I'm going for it. This is my only chance. It's now or never. The Ace of Swords, it's always a double-edged sword. And it's about protection, but it's also destruction. That's why it's double-edged. It could be either or. In a reading, the Ace of Swords comes up when there's truth. Like what I'm saying to you is, it's truth. Somehow this is your life. This has meaning. This message is real for you. And it's always about trusting your wisdom over your intuition, but feeling torn here at the Five of Wands with it. It's very difficult because you have a rational head. You have a logical mind. And you're very clear thinking. And you're probably very rational of a person. Like, you know, what's realistic and what's not. So you have that going. But this is the ability to accomplish what you want. This is a power card. And it's the ability to manifest your desires with the power of focus, precision, timing. And I feel in this reading, timing is everything, especially with this clock. Timing. Timing is everything. The time. The moment of attack. That's what the sharks know. They know the perfect moment to attack. You're channeling your inner shark. And I don't think you feel very comfortable channeling it, do you? You're like, I don't like being the shark. I'm not a shark. But you're channeling this. It is what it is. You don't like it. And that may be the guilt you're feeling with the Nine of Swords. This is not your custom self. You're usually a happy-go-lucky, family kind of oriented person. But this situation has been too heavy and too difficult. And it's just made you really unhappy. And you've been really unhappy. And you want to know who cares about your happiness? No one. That stings. Ouch. No one cares about your happiness. Here you are standing in line, playing it by the book, living life as you should, being a respectful daughter, granddaughter, son, grandson, brother, sister, lover. Here you are doing everything right. Forgiving, understanding, loving, patient, kind. Heck, you've been a doormat sometimes. You're very sacrificing of yourself. Why? Because that's what society says is kind. That's what everyone says. Get in line, you know. Be a kind, good person. Be forgiving, be understanding. Do this. Thank you, KB. Oh, thank you for that. Oh my gosh. Let's get this over so I can heart it. Ugh, I can't. KB, I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, you're just sitting here just like, listen, I've done the work. I've been the person. I've done everything that I've needed to do. Why am I suffering? I've been good. I've been nice. I've been all these things. Why is no one appreciating this? 3 of Cups in reverse. Do they not see my sacrifice, my struggle, my pain? Is no one seeing this? Am I just irrelevant? Good karma is coming to you. You're not irrelevant. But I do have to say in this particular reading, playing it nice does not always apply. Being by the book does not always apply. And we have a shark here. We have 2 kings. And we may think the King of Cups is always so sweet and loving and kind. And that's like saying God is all loving, all forgiving, all kind, which is true. But he's also the God of wrath. He's also the God of war. And when the time comes to go to war with good and evil, right and wrong, there's a time for that, isn't there? And you can't always play nice. Sometimes there are sharks in the water that want to take your life. There are sharks in the water that want to take what's yours financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, even just karmically, rightfully yours. There are sharks that want to take it. And they're out there taking. And are you going to just let them? Are you going to sit and wait on the reef, if you will, the reef of the water? Are you just going to wait and accept your death? Or are you going to, some of you, decide to go ahead and go after the shark? Because this is your new beginning. And after that is the sun. And then the world. I love it. So there's happiness with this ending. And the 9-9, this is a number 9 year, 2025. There is an ending that's about to happen. Where have you been headed, my friend? What is this darkness that you've just been really dealing with? Spirit, can you show me the darkness? Show me the pain, please. Wow, we've got commitment. Loyalties have been crushed. Down here we have, making a choice in the reverse, and the wishing well under that in reverse. Interesting. Someone has chosen another person. This is why we have a third party. And this could be familial, like mom, dad, brother, sister, or this could be lover related. It could be both, but we're going to talk about this. You've chosen to love someone. You've chosen to be good to them. Your whole time of this relationship, you've chosen to be the good one. And what did they choose? Who did they pick? The one that was bad. The one that wasn't deserving. They chose the one that was not loving, not sacrificing, hateful, evil, dark, selfish, bratty, manipulative. They chose them. So for a lot of you, this is the sting of abandonment. And this is the story of your life. It could be your mom chose the effed up brother or the effed up sister to inherit the will, to coddle, to baby, to provide for, to be there for. They didn't deserve it, but they got it. It could be that hateful person gets their love, gets grandma's love, that they're the cherished one, not you. It could be that your lover chose another lover that obviously you knew was twisted and evil and selfish and wrong and had every ill intention, but they chose him anyways. They were convinced that they were good. It was an illusion, 9 of Swords and the Moon card. They believed the manipulation. They believed the lies. They believed it. And you're left shocked because you would never have been that disloyal. After all you've done. This could also be a friendship. You were loyal to this friend, honey. You supported them in the worst of times. They had trouble with the relationships, you were there. And then they go off to their other bestie and ignore you for a good while. It may not be that immature. It could be something else. Commitment could also mean a contract. Somebody signed on the dotted line and agreed to something with you, made a commitment. You shook hands, you agreed, and they broke it. Someone could be breaking a lease. Someone could be breaking an investment contract. Somebody could be breaking your heart. Either way, commitment comes to the forefront of what you've been suffering with. All you wanted to do was honor your commitments. All you wanted to do was have what was rightfully yours. All you wanted that was just love and understanding and what's rightfully yours. And someone came to steal it. Someone came to take it. Someone came to steal your house, or someone came to steal your relationship, or someone came to steal your career. Someone came in and tried to sweet talk or bribe your children and steal them away from you in some sense. But what I'm reading is you could care less about money. Money comes and goes, and you're not hanging on to it. I don't see the King of Pentacles here. You're not clinging to money. What you are clinging to is cups, love, peace, and comfort. Protection. Remember, security and protection. And you value this. You value the protection and security for your family. So when someone comes to steal these pentacles, that could be your money, but money that provides for your children, money that provides for your home. It could be literally a home. You don't care about money, but you do care about that home. And it is your shelter, it is your fortress, and someone's coming to take it. And that's worth fighting for. It's that carnal human spirit. When it comes to someone you love, someone that's rightfully yours, your husband, your wife, your twin flame, and someone comes to steal it and sneak it away and lie and manipulate your person, they've stolen that person. And you feel wronged because that's not the contract. That's not the agreement. If someone comes to steal your house and you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't the agreement. My name was supposed to be on there. Where's my name? And someone rightfully thinks they have a right to your property with no investment. You're like, wait a minute, that's not the agreement. You can't do that. Oh, but yes, I can. These are the sharks. These are the people that come to steal and to destroy. They're living in fear for their own lives. They're living in fear just like you. They're living in fear they're never going to find the right person. They're living in fear thinking, this is the only good person left in the world and I've got to make them mine. They're living in fear thinking, I'm never going to be okay financially. If I take what's yours, that's the only way that I'm going to be okay. They're living in fear. Only difference is they're the sharks. they're seeking to take other people's. There's something my brother told me recently. It's called a cuckoo bird. And these cuckoos, I didn't know the story till he told me. They steal other birds' nests for a time. They don't raise their own eggs. They don't hatch them. They don't bring their babies up. So these cuckoo birds will mate whatever, they'll have an egg, and they will put their egg in another bird's nest. And they'll leave it there, and the other bird comes and sits and warms the egg, does all the work, hatches the bird, feeds the bird. They realize this bird is huge. It is not the same as my other little birds, my other little ciglets. And then the cuckoo bird flies away. So essentially, they took advantage of another bird. And these are the cuckoo birds. Cuckoo, cuckoo, little cuckoo. But there are people out here like that. They will steal, they will take. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here as well. So we've got the story of the shark. We've got the story of the cuckoo. These are takers. And unfortunately, so many of us play by the book, and we hope that the wolves don't come and take us. We hope that the sharks don't get us. We hope the cuckoo birds don't come to our nest. But sometimes they do, even when you play by the book. And you're either going to be eaten, taken, used, abused, abandoned, or rejected in some way, or you're going to do something about it. But where your pain has been lying is your commitments have been broken with someone that you love very much. This is a third-party situation, and you feel robbed. That's what I feel. You feel, maybe you're not robbed yet, but you're going to start feeling robbed. When you get this card in the reverse, it says this. You may be walking into a commitment or a contract that maybe later you're going to regret. Or maybe they will. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, of the mind, of the body, and of the soul. Partnerships formed at this time are going to be harmonious. So if you partner up with your brother or your sister or a lover, right now during this time, there's a promise with the star that this is actually going to work out in your favor. This is going to be a long-lasting commitment. This card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. That's very karmic. I love that. It's like be the shark, but in your highest form. I like that with the sword. And so you need to have a plot. You need to have a plan. You do. You need to have a plan of attack for this enemy, this shark that wants to attack you. And remember to do it with kindness, with goodness, with good karma. And even, you don't have to be kind to an enemy, but just being a kind-hearted soul is what I mean. Because the pure love inside of you will bring out the pure love inside the other entity, the other energy, the other being. Remember to be the highest form of yourself in this fight. That's how you're going to get the biggest victory. Let's put that here. You're about to enter into a partnership, an alliance, to take the enemy out. 10 of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck being the Empress. You're searching for peace and stability. Something is growing for you. But this partnership is perfect, King and Queen of Swords. 2 air signs alike, perhaps. Or just putting your 2 heads together and deciding enough pain, enough suffering and betrayal. Let's work together because maybe you've been betrayed as a group. We do have group action here. 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles is a group who has been betrayed. And it's time to think together, work together to go after what you want, what you need, what you desire, which is Pentacles. The Empress wants to give you the Sun again. This is wish fulfillment. This is joy. This is overcoming your obstacles. This is making it big. This is being famous, well-known, or respected. Look at that partnership coming in with the Lover's card. I love it. There's this soulmate bond, this twin flame situation where the twins are supposed to be together. For those of you that felt your twin flame was stolen from you, I see a restoration. The shark will be exposed. The shark will be dealt with. The enemy will be dealt with. Tower. The enemy will be destroyed. The rat in the group will be exposed. The liar will be exposed. The hunter, the manipulator will be exposed. I do feel that. And there is a long time comfort or success that's coming your way. Show me the Knight of Pentacles. Show me the 9 of Coins. What is this gift? You're going to be receiving something prosperous, something stable. Education, metamorphosis. You've learned a lot, and you're going to teach someone a lesson. Yeah, someone's going to learn a valuable lesson. 3525 by the art of change. That tower's coming in to shock someone. Wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. You're not going to get what you want by sitting back and just reading about it. You actually have to take some action. This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge yet, or maybe didn't in the past, to change your circumstances. It's important right now to note that information is coming in. Now is the time to go to school, study, focus, ask a person who might know more than you. Find a teacher. Hire someone with knowledge. Hire someone with experience in this fight. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you an unfamiliar school, and you must learn by experience. So now is the time to be teachable. Be a student. Sometimes the most powerful mantra is, I don't know yet, but when I do, you'll know. And that Metamorphosis card. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it is never without loss or sacrifice. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die, 10 of Swords, and letting that go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you should live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies, so the butterfly can be born. You're required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of something, a person, a dream, someone that's draining or something that no longer serves you, maybe even an unhealthy habit. But despite your fear, you must accept that this is the cost for transformation at this time. And there will be some loss involved. And you know it. You're like, if I go after this, oh yeah, there's going to be a loss. What am I going to lose? Guilt for past actions and behaviors lurking in the shadows, choosing the right path. Too much to think about. You have guilt. And I'm going to tell you the biggest guilt that you're going to get out of this reading. All that time kind of wasted. There's something in this reading that I feel for you where it's just like, I had all this time. Years. For some of you, it's 9 years. 9 of Pentacles. And you're just like, I sat in this. I sat in this toxic situation. I let it. I just let it. I thought that the universe was going to just divinely orchestrate some kind of timing for me. I believed it. I bought into that, waiting. And now, look at all that time. And you're just sitting there, 9 of Swords, just like, God, look at what you could have done in the last 9 years. Who you could have been, what you could have had. And you could kick yourself. Because either you spent 9 years grieving, or 9 years being abused, 9 years sitting and waiting, doing nothing. Nothing progressive, nothing proactive, nothing to move you forward in anything. You could have been in another relationship by now. You could have been married with kids by now. You could have owned 10 homes by now. You could have had a successful business by now. You could have had a banging body by now. You name it. You know, this is just star card here talking. Wishes, desires. You know, you could have had a whole bag by now. For some of you, you could have gotten your graduate degree. You could have had a whole license, a certificate, or degree by now. And it's just this, what was I doing? What was I thinking? And that's the regret. And there's going to be losses. These are the losses. You're going to have guilt for your past actions and behaviors. You're going to have guilt from not acting then. You're going to have guilt from not speaking up then. You're going to have guilt for not going after something then in that moment. And you can look back at 9 of Swords all day, every day. Or you can kill it, 10 of Swords, and say, enough of that. Seriously, how long am I going to walk down this long road of guilt? How long am I going to lurk in the shadow at my could have beens, would have beens, should have beens? Screw that with the sun, right? I'm just going to go on the right path for us now. I didn't make all the right choices. I didn't say all the right things. I wasn't wise enough. I made the best decisions I could have back then. That's what you need to be saying to yourself. I didn't know then what I know now. I did the best I could with what I knew. It's time to kind of shake off some guilt. Maybe your kids are raised now and you're just like, they hate me, they don't love me, they think I did a crappy job. And you're just like, I did my best. I loved him with everything I could, everything I had. And let that go. Maybe your parent died back then and you're just like, I wish I would have let him know or her know how I really felt, how much I loved them and appreciated them. I never knew I was going to lose them. Let it go. Maybe if I would have stopped them, something wouldn't have happened. Maybe if I would have entered that contract and I demanded my name on that deed, or I demanded respect in this relationship, I wouldn't be in the mess I'm in today. Maybe had I made a different choice. And if you're looking back at your twin flame journey or your soulmate path, and you're just like, maybe if I would have fought for him harder back in that year, I would have him. Maybe if I would have said how I really felt instead of waiting for him or her to come to me, they'd be in my arms right now. Listen, stop. And that's what this shadow is here revealing, the lessons, right? Yes, the shark is teaching you a lesson. Sometimes you need to get in the water and fight, and you're going to have to face your fears, and you're going to have to go after what you want, because there are other sharks that are doing the same, coming to take what's yours. That's just a fact. We learned it, lesson learned. We're educated now by our experiences, by the universe, by this reading. We get it. But we got to stop beating ourselves up. We have to heal with the star card. Too much ado about nothing. The shark comes. What's going to happen now? You're choosing the right path forward. You're forging a new destiny. You're not going to be taken this time. You're going to take. And that's okay. And if you're watching this message, you needed to know that it was okay. You needed some kind of support system, because you're not very supported. You needed this. You needed to hear, it's okay to go fight. It's okay to go after this. I'm not a selfish, hateful person. I'm someone that just deserves what I'm going after. Some people just deserve it, and it's not handed to you. And if you've been told all your life, if you deserve it, it will come, that's not always correct. Sometimes you deserve it, and you still have to go get it. That's just life. Show us what's going to happen, Spirit, please. Oh, the anchor and the tree, long-lasting results of security and abundance. Show us one more card. Show me one more. Oh, it will come. Keep waiting. It's coming. Expect it. Your ships will come in. You are on the right path. Long-term abundance and security. The right man or the right woman, they're coming. They're coming. Did you feel this? Did you feel this card? I felt it before it showed. I'm like, show me that 4-leaf clover. There it is. Luck is on your side, my friend. Luck is on your side. Good fortune is on your side. Good contracts, good commitments, long-lasting goodness is coming. This is in the future. Do you have to wait a little while? Yes. I don't know. I think you're waiting for the right time. And you'll know. So this is not you sitting back and waiting for the universe to do it for you. This is you, like the girl on the reef, timing, Ace of Swords, that shark circling, planning your move, planning the attack, the moment when you're going to go after it, King of Wands. That's what you're waiting for. You're not waiting for it to happen. You're waiting for the right time to attack. It's close. Something about 3. 3. 3 weeks. Could be 3 days. Could be 3 months. 3. Good things come in 3s. It's coming. That money, that bag, that house, that security, that lover, that twin flame, that soulmate, they're coming. You're not this little wallflower anymore. You've evolved. You're not the tiny, helpless little snake. You are large, experienced, bigger now than before. You're not scared anymore. You're not afraid. You are a taker. Not that you're not a giver, but you're a taker right now because you know what's rightfully yours. And if you have to fight for it, you're not afraid. You're not afraid anymore. There were many times you didn't fight. You're a fighter now. And people don't like this new you. They don't. Who is this person? You're the Empress. You're the sun. You're wiser now. You're stronger now. You have boundaries. You have self-respect. You have wisdom. You have experience. You've grown. You've matured into this large tree. You have partnered with the universe, but also your fate, your path, your choice to be this person. And you are no more who you were, the tower, the shadow of the high priestess. You've learned the mysteries of the universe and the secrets inside yourself. You know more now than you ever have. And you're utilizing it. Ace of Swords. And what do you get? Ace of Pentacles. You get this new beginning. This fresh new start, this seed of creation. You finally get to move on from who you were and what you dealt with in the past, which was nothing but a fight. You win. You win. They don't like it. But you know what? You're at this place where I don't care if you don't like it. I deserve this. I deserve this. And I'm not just going to sit around. I deserve it. I'm going to do something about it. All right. I feel pretty good about this. I'm going to let you close with a message from your spirit animal. We know it's the shark already, but let's pull another one. We have the hummingbird. And this is about miracles. Perfect time for spring. Hummingbird miracles, you are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars, on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. I love that. You deserve a little miracle. This little miracle is yours. And sometimes you create your own miracle, but this is yours. You deserve it. No guilt. You deserve everything that good is coming to you. I'm sorry you have to fight to get it. I'm sorry you had to change to have this. I'm sorry that a part of you had to die to become this. But that is the cost. Don't think too much about it. The end is nigh. I love you guys. Thank you for watching me. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. If you want to watch more of my videos, please go to YouTube and look at live. Don't check out my video section unless you want to, but also look at my live. Those are all my recent videos. All my work is live. Please go there. Please watch them. They need some likes, guys. I need you to go in there and like it. I need you to comment on it. I need to get these videos out. I need to get them suggested. My channel is old and it needs reviving. Please resuscitate this channel. Watch old videos, like them, subscribe. And if you're looking for a personal and private reading, I will be doing those later tonight. They're $28 per question. I will answer them. Okay, you can pay that through Cash App or donate on my website. If you want a free reading, you get to be a member. And with that membership, you save over 60% of the cost of all those readings, and you get them plus bonus readings. So you get, in general, like 5 free readings and bonus material, bonus lives. Just, it's a bunch of free stuff, okay? If you really want to just read about it, go to my website. But please be a member. I'm looking for more members. We're going to be doing Magic Circle. We're going to be doing some magic stuff probably on Friday. So get ready and be there or be square. I love you guys. And I'll see you in a little while. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. So you just keep swimming. I'll see you later.